Hi everyone. Now I'm going to explain about respiration. Respiration is a breaking down of substrate, food materials. When we take nutrition, when we eat food, it goes through the alimentary tract, and after that there is a breaking down of food particles, food substrate with all the food materials, particles. It goes undergo a fragmentation, breaking down of food particles. And since we are in multicellular organisms, the breaking down of substrate, which is a glucose, don't be confused, substrate is a glucose. So glucose takes place in the presence of oxygen. But in case of unicellular organisms like yeast which comes under the fungus, so it takes place in the yeast. It takes place in the absence of oxygen. So from this concept, we know that there are two types of respiration. One is aerobic respiration. Second is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. So now let us look forward the various details about respiration. Now I will explain you in detail respiration. Right. As I've said earlier, verbally, I've said verbally before also, that respiration, it is the breaking down of food. Alright, food substrate, mainly glucose, in the presence or absence of oxygen, to release energy in the form of ATP and carbon dioxide in the cells of organism. Right. This is the standard definition of respiration. It is a breaking down of food. Food is a substrate. It is another terminology for respiration. In respiration, the food is taken as substrate. Right. Substrate. What is substrate? Substrate is glucose. Right. So it is a breaking down of food in the presence or absence of oxygen to release energy in the form of ATP and carbon dioxide in the cells of organism. Respiration, it is of two types. One is aerobic respiration. Another is anaerobic respiration. Right. So this aerobic respiration, it takes place in human beings. It takes place in multicellular organisms. It takes place in the presence of oxygen. It takes place in the absence of oxygen. All right. So this is the schematic flow chart showing the breaking down of glucose in various pathways. There are three pathways. So this absence of oxygen, it takes place in yeast. Yeast is a unicellular organism, so it doesn't require oxygen. Right. So here, this is the second pathway. This is a little bit tricky. Here, whenever we exercise, our muscle cells, tend to undergo this pathway, right? Tend to undergo this pathway, and that's why we feel tired, because there is a lack of oxygen and the lactic acid is formed in our muscle. That's why we feel tired. So in the third pathway, it is taking place in the presence of oxygen, right? And it takes place in mitochondria, right? It takes place in mitochondria, and the product forms are carbon dioxide, water, and energy. All right. So I'll explain you in a broader way. So the food that we take, the glucose, it is broken down into pyruvate, right? It is broken down into pyruvate. Okay, and this is a 5 carbon molecule pyruvate, right? And ethanol is a 3 carbon molecule. Lactic acid is 2 carbon molecule. But you don't have to write. It's not required. 5 carbon molecule, 2 carbon molecule, 3 carbon molecule. It's not required. As far as class 10 is concerned, this flow chart, it will be enough for your exam point of view. In higher class, it will go into more detail. Class 11, 12, you will get in more detail regarding this. This pathway is glycolysis. After that, Krebs cycle and many other things you will study. There is in class 11 and 12. But as for class 10, you need to know only this much. Only this much. So there's 3 pathways taking place. One, it is in a unicellular organism. This takes place in a multicellular organism, and this third pathway is also takes place in multicellular organisms. But here, it is a little bit tricky. Both are in multicellular organism, but here there is a lack of oxygen. Lack of oxygen. It takes place in the muscle cells. During exercise, when we exercise, our muscle cell tend to undergo some strain. Okay, strain. That is why we feel tired. We feel fatigued, and because of the lactic acid is formed, and that is why we feel tired. But in the normal way, when we do not exercise, and this pathway takes place. So from glucose, it breaks down into pyruvate, and from the pyruvate, it breaks down into carbon dioxide and water and energy, and it takes place in the presence of mitochondria. That is how energy is made. This energy is very important. This energy helps in the synthesis, formation of ATP. This ATP is adenosine triphosphate. It's full form. You don't have to know the full form. You just write ATP, because for class 10, only this much is required, not much in detail. So this ATP, it helps in our body, for the cells, for our cells. There are so many cells in our body. The ATP, it helps in the process of cells and the process of making cells. ATP, it's the role of ATP is to make cells. It gives energy to our cells, and that's how we are able to grow. That's how our growth and development of our body takes place. So I hope you are clear with these pathways. There are 3 pathways taking place in respiration. All right, this is the pathways taking place in the respiration. Respiration means breaking down of substrate, breaking down of glucose, in either in the presence or absence of oxygen. Okay, in order to release energy. Energy is required for growth and development of our body, and for unicellular organisms like yeast and other organisms, they also require for the growth and development. All right, so this glucose, the whole pathway, its main aim is to make an energy. Why energy is required? Energy is required for the growth and development of our body. And in detail, if we go, energy, it makes ATP. This makes ATP, right? And this ATP helps in the synthesis of new cells. New cells are built in our body. With the help of ATP. All right. Now we will see a respiratory system. Normally when we inhale, when we breathe, the air goes through the nostrils, right? And the nostrils from there, from the nostrils, the air goes towards the trachea. Right. From the trachea, it goes to the primary bone. This is the bronchus. Right. This is the bronchus. Right. This trunk, a tree trunk. You know, the tree trunk-like structure. You know, this is the bronchus. So the air that we breathe in, it goes to the nostril. From the nostril, it goes to the trachea. From trachea, it goes to the bronchus. Okay. From the bronchus, it goes to primary, secondary, tertiary bronchus. Right. I will not write here tertiary, secondary, and this primary because it's not necessary from the class 10 point of view. You will study in a higher class from class 11 and 12, and if you study medical studies, you will study this all this respiratory system in detail. But as for now, for class 10 perspective, the air goes through the trachea. From trachea, it goes to bronchus. From the bronchus, it goes to a sac-like structure, bustana, suit-like structure. When the air goes to the trachea, this sac expand. It expand. All right. You know, the air goes to this sac-like structure. This is a balloon. This is also a balloon-like structure. You know, when we inflate the balloon, when we blow the balloon expands, isn't it? So when we breathe in this, it goes to the trachea. From the trachea, it goes to bronchus. From the alveoli. All right. Alveoli expands like a balloon. All right. And from there, the oxygen, the air, you know, there is a capillaries, right? There is a transfer of exchange of gases, you know. The air that we breathe in, the oxygen will go to the blood capillaries. These are blood capillaries. The alveoli is surrounded by the extensive network of blood capillaries, right? And from there, the oxygen will go to the alveoli, and from the alveoli, the carbon dioxide will go to alveoli, and that's how the bronchus and when we exhale, carbon dioxide is already released out. Right. So the exchange of gases takes place between alveoli and blood capillaries. This is a very important phenomena. You know, when if you're being asked in an exam to write about the human respiratory system, you draw this diagram and give the landmarks. The landmarks are trachea, bronchus, lungs, all this. And this is very important. Alveoli. This is intermuscular. This is a muscular structure, but you don't need to write this. It's not necessary. But the main landmark important is alveoli. Alveoli is the place where the exchange of gases takes place between the blood capillaries. Capillaries means a blood vessel. It's a blood vessel. Okay, all right. Exchange of gases takes place between blood vessel, capillary, and alveoli. I will explain you in detail later. This is a diagrammatic presentation of lungs. You know how the gases exchange takes place, right, in the alveoli and blood capillaries. So I will tell you something before we go further. That you know what? Normally when we breathe, we leave our ribs. You know, our ribs. There are ribs in our body. You know, and then the ribs, you know, is lifted up, and the diaphragm, which is the thorax part near, it is above the stomach. The diaphragm flattens. All right, because of the flattening of diaphragm and lifting of ribs, the chest cavity, our chest cavity becomes larger, and because of all this situation, air is sucked into the lungs, right? Here there is just imagine this is a diaphragm flattens, right? Here let's consider this diaphragm. the diaphragm flattens, right? And the ribs, the ribs are the ribs which is in here surrounding. You just imagine that here the surrounding there's ribs, right? The ribs, there are 12 pairs of ribs, on the left side and right side there's 12 pairs of ribs. The ribs are lifted up, and the diaphragm here above the stomach, the diaphragm is flattened, right? And because of this situation, the ear is sucked in towards the lungs. All right, the diaphragm flattened and the ribs, become enlarged. The ribs is lifted up, and because of the ear goes towards the lungs, and from lungs it goes to broadcast towards alveoli. And this alveoli is very, very important, for the exchange of gases, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Here there is a capillary, right? This is intercostal muscle, right? So from there, the gases exchange takes place between blood capillaries, blood vessels, right? Oxygen will come here, and then carbon dioxide will go out from blood capillaries towards alveoli. I will show you lastly in detail. If you think that you are still in confusion, in dilemma, you might not understand the concept. I will show you how the gases exchange takes place in a rough idea, in a rough diagram. This is a blood capillaries. I mean this is a alveoli. Alright, I have told you this is a balloon-like structure, a sac-like structure, busta or balloon, you can call it. Sac-like structure, balloon-like structure, right? And here is the blood capillaries. I have told you earlier that alveoli is surrounded by blood capillaries. Alright, here is WBC, red blood cells, WBC. You know that blood vessels, there are, I'm sure you know blood vessels, blood vessels in our body are vein, alright, artery, capillaries, right? So the oxygen that we breathe in, when we inhale, there is a lots of amount of air is going to the trachea, trachea, and from the trachea it goes to bronchus, from bronchus goes to, this is the alveoli, right? So carbon dioxide will come from blood capillaries, and oxygen will come from air that we breathe in, right? And this oxygen will diffuse towards blood vessels, and it will bind to RBC. This is RBC. This is circular structures are RBCs. So there is a binding of oxygen from here, and the hemoglobin. You will learn in higher class about hemoglobin. This oxygen will bind with blood vessels. RBC. So right, it will bind with RBC, and from there, from these blood capillaries, it is transported towards various structures in our body, right? Or every organ, every structure, needs oxygen, and from here, the blood capillaries, the oxygen is taken towards almost in all the parts of our body, right? Everywhere, in our organs, in our cells, oxygen is transported from this alveoli, right? And the carbon dioxide is diffused to alveoli, right? So this figure, it's a gaseous exchange between alveoli and capillaries. All right. So the oxygen that we breathe in is diffused towards the blood capillaries, and the carbon dioxide which is in our blood, it goes towards alveoli. So this is the basic concept. This is a basic idea. There is a diffusion taking place. Diffusion means moving of air. Moving of air or molecules in English. You can say molecules or air molecules. You can say it's the movement of air molecules from one place to another. You learn this in class 11 and 12, from the higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, and from the lower concentration into higher concentration doesn't take place. It only takes place from higher concentration to lower concentration. There is lots of oxygen here in our alveoli sacs. So that's why, because of higher concentration, because of high amount of oxygen, it is being diffused to us towards blood capillaries. And here, in the blood already, carbon dioxide is already there, the unwanted gases. So since there is high amount of carbon dioxide in the blood, it diffuses towards lower concentration. Here there is lots of amount of carbon dioxide. Here there is less, so it diffuses towards lower structure. Lower amount, where there is a lower amount of gases contain carbon dioxide, it is diffused towards carbon dioxide. So there is a diffusion between carbon dioxide and oxygen. I'll write here for your understanding: diffusion of oxygen towards capillaries, diffusion of carbon dioxide towards alveoli. So this is simple, very simple phenomena. Gaseous exchange takes place between alveolar and capillaries. Right. This is the main structure. This is the main target of carbon dioxide, and this blood capillary is the main target of oxygen. Why oxygen is going to capillaries? Because it has to be transported. It has to be transferred to every part of our body. We need oxygen to survive. Our cells, our organs, everything in our body needs oxygen. So when we inhale, it goes to the from the nostrils, it goes to trachea, from trachea to bronchus, from bronchus to alveoli. So at last, the balloon-like structure alveoli transport oxygen towards blood capillaries, and the carbon dioxide is diffused towards alveoli, and that's how during inhalation carbon dioxide is driven out. I hope you understand this concept.